Bonjour et bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Cindy. In this lesson, you'll learn how to ask questions starting with which one in French. That is, you'll learn everything there is to know about the interrogative pronoun lequel. So how do you say which one in French? Well, you may already know that to ask a question starting with which, you use quel, and that quel agrees in number and gender with the noun it modifies. If you're not familiar with this, I would advise you to watch my lesson on interrogative adjectives before watching this lesson. There are 4 basic forms you can use to say which one, which are lequel, laquelle, lesquels in the masculine, and lesquels in the feminine. So basically, to ask which one questions, you need to add the appropriate definite article to quel, that is le, la, or les. Bear in mind that these 4 forms are not the only ones you'll need to know in order to always translate which one, but we'll learn about the other ones later in the lesson. So how do you use lequel? Well, the first thing you need to know is that lequel replaces quel plus the noun that quel would modify. So lequel stands for quel plus the noun. So the fact that lequel replaces quel plus a noun means that the noun must have been previously mentioned or be obvious from the context. And lequel agrees in number and gender with the noun it replaces. That is, both parts of the word lequel have to agree with that noun. In other words, both the definite article part and quel need to agree in number and gender with the noun that lequel replaces. Let's have a look at the table. So if lequel replaces a masculine singular noun, we use lequel. If that noun is masculine but plural, we use lesquels. But notice that we've also added an S to the end of the word. If the noun lequel replaces is feminine and singular, then we use laquelle. So we use the definite article la, we double the L and add an E. And if the noun lequel replaces is feminine but plural, then we use lesquels, that is the definite article les, and the feminine version of quel with an S. So, for example, quel film veux-tu regarder? What film would you like to watch? But if that subject had already been talked about, or, say for example, the person you're talking to is flicking through the TV guide, you could ask, lequel veux-tu regarder? Which one would you like to watch? You would use lequel because lequel replaces film, which is a masculine singular noun. In a real conversation, it could go something like this. J'ai vu ta sœur au supermarché. Ah bon? Laquelle? Marie ou Annabelle? I saw your sister at the supermarket. Oh? Which one? Marie or Annabelle? In order to say which one, we would use laquelle here because it replaces sœur, which is a feminine singular noun. So that was how you would use lequel if it's not used with a preposition. But sometimes lequel is used with a preposition. And when lequel is used with the preposition a or with the preposition de, most forms of lequel contract with the preposition in exactly the same way as the definite articles le and les. If you remember, a and le contract to o. For example, you would say je vais au cinéma. You wouldn't say je vais à le cinéma. Well, the same thing happens when a is used with lequel. You would say auquel. So first, let's have a look at what happens when lequel replaces a singular noun and is preceded by the preposition a. So if a was meant to be followed by lequel, it would actually contract to auquel. However, if a was to be followed by laquelle, it wouldn't contract and would be à laquelle. If de should have been followed by lequel, de and lequel contract together and become duquel. Remember, the same thing happens with definite articles. For example, you wouldn't say de le pain, but du pain. It's exactly the same thing here. And again, if the noun being replaced is feminine and singular, then de and laquelle do not contract. I know this sounds a little bit abstract right now, but don't worry, I'll go through some examples with you in a minute. Now let's have a look at what happens if the noun being replaced is plural. Remember that when a is used with the definite article les, a and les become au, aux. So a and lesquels contract to auquel. And if the noun was feminine, auquel is spelled with two L's, E and S at the end. Again, when de is used with the definite article les, de and les together become des. So the same happens here, where de and lesquels become desquels. And again, if the noun being replaced is feminine and plural, then quel is spelled with two L's, E and S. So let's have a look at some examples. Hopefully this will make things a little bit clearer. Imagine someone tells you, il pense à son frère. He is thinking about his brother, but you don't know which brother he's talking about. Of course, you could ask, à quel frère pense-t-il? What brother is he thinking about? But most of the time, if a noun has already been used, such as frère, most people would not use it again. They would want to avoid repetition. So instead of saying, à quel frère pense-t-il? Which brother is he thinking about? They would want to ask, which one is he thinking about? In order to translate which one here, we would have to use auquel. This is because auquel replaces à quel frère. And frère is a masculine singular noun. Think about it this way. Even in the English translation, which one is he thinking about, you do have a preposition as well here, which is about. And about here translates to à, hence why we have to use auquel rather than lequel, because it replaces à quel frère and not simply quel frère. Je me souviens de ce film. I remember this movie. Duquel parles-tu? Which one are you talking about? So why have we used duquel here? We've used duquel because it replaces de quel film and not just quel film. In other words, being as film is a masculine singular noun, we could have replaced quel and film with lequel. But in French you cannot have de followed by lequel. Instead, you need to use duquel. So as we have seen, lequel and all its forms can be an interrogative pronoun, that is, it can be used to ask which one. However, lequel can also be a relative pronoun, that is, it refers back to a noun previously mentioned in the same sentence, in which case lequel just means which but doesn't ask a question. If you just want to ask a question starting with which, but not which one, then you need to use quel. If you'd like to learn more about how to use quel in questions, click on the card that will pop up now. Here's a quick example with lequel as a relative pronoun, that is, with lequel just meaning which in a general statement. Le tiroir dans lequel je range mes torchons est cassé. The drawer in which I put my tea towels away is broken. So as you can see, lequel, or which here, refers back to le tiroir, the drawer, and does not ask a question. But this is for another lesson. I hope you found this lesson useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it. And if you still have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments. That's what the comments are for. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I upload new videos regularly. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, all the links are in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye!